Hi, this is Asim.
This is Sujoy.
This is Amrita.
And you're listening to Khandaan, a Bollywood podcast about the three main Khans of the Hindi film industry.
Amir,
Salman,
And Shara.
Hi, you're listening to Khandaan, a Bollywood podcast regular feed. Thank you so much for your support over the years. We now have a Patreon channel with bonus content and exclusive merch for those of you who would like to support us. Every dollar goes towards creating more and better content. Visit us at patreon.com/Khandaan podcast.
Hi and welcome to a new episode of Khandaan Podcast. My name is Asim Bernie and I'm joined with my lovely co-hosts Sujoy and Amrita. Hey Sujoy, hey Amrita.
hey people.
Hello.
I think I should formally apologize for last week's episode because I totally screwed up the recording and it's been delayed. I actually literally had people tell me they have a bad day when they log in on Thursday or Wednesday and there's no new podcast from Khandaan. And so I do feel guilt when I don't post it at the right time. I know you, Amrita and Sujay, are completely free of any guilt of any sort. But
We are shameless and happy. But the only thing I feel bad about is because I've noticed this pattern with us, but our bad luck only runs when we have a guest on the show. Like when it's just the three of us just putzing around, everything is perfect, like clockwork.
Yeah.
And the moment we invite somebody over, it's something or the other is always going wrong, something on their end, on our end. That is the day that the universe basically comes to a stop. So, yeah.
But speaking of guilt, I don't feel any guilt because free ka maal hai. We don't get paid for this. We just do it out of love. So take it all whenever you can, really. But yeah, we still do it because we love it. And we love the love that we receive from you guys.
And also, you should know, Asin's kidding around right now, but he actually spent quite a bit of time recovering the files, doing all that kind of stuff.
I opened support tickets, yaar. That's how far I went. Support karo. Yellow ticket. The main feed hasn't heard it because it's Patreon only. But we got so much good feedback. And I was like, I should watch more older movies. And Sujoy, you and me were discussing it. Which ones we can do. So I've been actually delving into more older movies that I kind of like and I really enjoy, and I'm having such a good time. I started watching Vidhata with Dilip Kumar and Sanjay Dutt. Man, that movie is a trip, man. Wow. I really want to finish it, and maybe we can do that on the nostalgia series. That one is good.
Yeah.
Sujoy, you had a good pick for it too, right?
Yeah, so I occasionally go on this YouTube channel called Roy's Sound, who is from Bombay. I think he's a sound arranger and he remasters and produces, he transfers from analog sources to actually 5.1 Dolby surround. So old vinyls. And one of these soundtracks was from Meri Jung, the piano theme from Meri Jung.
Oh, I love it.
The moment I heard it, I sent it to Asim and I was like, Asim, this made me think. I thought of you when I heard this. And Asim was like, yes, we should do Meri Jung. And that's a movie that I haven't seen in ages.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in ages, but I would 100% watch it.
Yeah.
I used to be obsessed with that movie when it
Same.
Yeah.
See, we were meant to be friends.
Such a random movie, and we both obsessed.
It's so much masala, man. So much masala.
Also, there's that moment where Nutan goes crazy, and that's just stuck in my brain. Her face, but I don't really want to talk about that movie when we start our nostalgia series. I don't know if it was going to be a Patreon exclusive or not, but we're going to figure something out. There's a few things happening on the Khandaan front, but we need to just lock a few things down and then we can start announcing. But we're very excited about it. So I think this episode, we're just going to be reading some of the emails and the comments we received on social media and email. And if you want to write us an email, drop us one at youpodcasting@gmail.com. Patreon is probably the best avenue to contact us. Sujoy, man, you found a few comments on Insta that you want to read?
On YouTube, actually.
YouTube,
So
sorry.
yeah. So you can also find our episodes streaming on YouTube Music, and you can find them on YouTube as well. On our channel is at the rate Khandaan Podcast, and you can comment on all our episodes there as well. So one of the listeners, Vishwas Sehgal, writes, "Love this podcast. You should also thank Harun, who mentioned your name on the BBC Asian Network for an interview with Karina. But what I really wanted to say that you got that right about Karina in making a pivot and making us all believe that she's amazing. Love to hear more podcasts only on Karina and how she has been at it for the last 25 years now. There is something in her aura and destiny that's going well for her, and I hope it continues to do so for the next 25.
I have to say, like, Karina stans have been like really on top of this for like Karina stans have been all over our feed.
There was even on Patreon an Amrita that commented, like she was like hoping for more Bebo content, and I was like, wait, Amrita, why don't you just tell me if it's like, I thought for a moment it was you. I was like, Amrita, just like WhatsApp me if you wanted to cover a Bebo movie. You don't need to like go through your Finsta account.
The funny thing is, like, I had a moment where I was like, when did I leave this comment? I was like, like how you had those stories a few years ago about people taking Ambien or whatever and then like eating in the middle of the night. I was like, am I like taking some sort of medication that makes me get up in the middle of the night and be like, I want to see more Bebo content? Like, what is happening? But yeah, Amrita, we've seen your comment.
No, that was that. I mean, the whole interview with Harun is really cool. And actually, funnily enough, Harun and me, we're good friends. We text, we talk a lot, and we're actually we're going to be doing something on, hopefully, Harun, I'm just announcing it. I know you're listening, but we're probably going to do something also on TikTok live. So that's going to be cool. But yeah, Sujoy is traveling, so I need to fill up my time. So we won't be hearing from Sujoy for a couple of weeks. And Amrita is in India, and you don't have TikTok, so it's going to be me. But Harun basically didn't text me that he had talked about us on the show, and this comment came, and I was like, "Ooh!" Like, and the thing is, most of the time when we get a comment on YouTube, it's an insult, so I don't always check. I was like, "What are people even talking about?" So I was like, "Oh, did he talk about it?" And then I wasn't sure if it was going to get posted or it was like during his radio show, because he goes from Harun starts at 11 and he finishes at 3 every day, which is an insane schedule. So, but then I texted him to thank us for mentioning us. So yeah, really cool of Harun to talk about us, and he's an avid listener. So shout out to Harun, man.
So,
but I have to say, can I one more thing? That podcast was almost like an hour and a half. Only Amrita's comment got picked up because me and my wife were watching it, and she was like, "Oh, who said that on the podcast?" And I was listening. I was like, "That sounds too smart for me or Sujoy. That has to be Amrita."
I didn't pay it. I didn't notice.
Yeah. Did you guys watch the interview?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't watch the entire thing yet, but I have it saved.
Yeah, so it's probably the best segment of that interview with Bebo is the question that the comment Amrita made. So yeah. 2 degrees of separation from Bebo now.
Yeah. So good.
Although I have to say, Harun was saying, it's the first person he interviewed. Bebo is also the first person I interviewed face to face. So it was a cool connection, and it's also Bebo is the person I've interviewed the most, because I think I've interviewed her two times or 3 times. So yeah, we were chatting about it and how amazing she is, and he's been doing this really cool thing on TikTok. I mean, cool thing. It's they're ranking actresses. Have you guys seen that filter where you go 1 to 10? And you just rank? And man, it's so funny because I'm sure you guys noticed on Twitter lately, but there's been a war going on with Madhuri fans or something like that.
Yeah, Madhuri and Katrina fans.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts about that, because I discussed this with Harun about this, and apparently the kids don't like Madhuri anymore.
No, it's
Yeah.
not that. It was just like a bunch. I don't even know why they began coming for Madhuri. But a bunch of Katrina fans decided that they didn't have enough drama in their life, and they were just like, you know what? Katrina is like a better dancer than Madhuri any day. And obviously, all of Twitter just like went crazy because like you just don't come for the queen. And then it was just became like it was just a whole bunch of like Katrina stands, like really young kids going like, look at you, you're almost 40 and still fighting on the internet. And then people were like, well, Katrina is almost 40. So then what does that make you as a stan? Like it was just ridiculous. It was just went on for days and days and days. And now it's like cross platform. Like you'll see them on Reddit, you'll see them on like all kinds of places. It's hilarious.
Like, the moment I saw that like go live, like some Gen Z just word saladed out of their brains, recycle bin onto Twitter, and I was like, I'm not gonna engage in this. Like I took the Zen path.
But like even like when people are ranking and like Madhuri is put on number 2 or 3 or something like that, people go crazy. They're like, why is she so high? Like there's definitely, I just feel, and I was looking a few at the comments, and there was like a lot of it was on that video of Chane Ke Khet Mein, the song, and it was like, oh, her expressions are so cringe, and I was like, man, I'm too old for the internet, man.
Yeah.
Like I can't, like if this is
It's-
cringe.
It's also that I think you posted it. Somebody discovering Diwar today, and they were like,
Yeah.
Should I go and watch Zanjeer now after this or something like that?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was like, I watched Diwar for the first time. It's like, oh my god.
And they posted like, oh, these are my thoughts, and it's literally the 3 scenes that you can think of when you think of
Yeah.
Diwar. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Vijay doesn't pick up his chutta. the bridge
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Which, Shashi Kapoor is so restrained. He's like,
Yeah.
oh my
It's
god.
like he has everything, but he doesn't have his mother,
Bless them, bless them. Like these are the people who were like really mad at who was it, Austin Butler, for saying that he likes Clint Eastwood movies, and they were just like, why do these actors always talk about these like really obscure movies? And I'm like, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like that's your obscure movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, bless
It was
them.
a tough situation for me because, like it's Katrina fans taking on Madhuri. Like, it's hard for me to pick a team here, right? It's not that hard, but come on. Like, for argument's sake, I don't want to say bad things about Katrina either, but you're crazy if you think she's better than Madhuri. That's insane. But yeah,
But
maybe
coming
we're
back to
just
the question though, like the Vishwas Sehgal wants to know or wants to hear us talk more about Kareena movies. Which one should we talk about? Which has a Khan? We've already done Talash.
We've done Ashoka, right?
We've
Yes.
done Ahsoka. And Ahsoka is getting a revival on social
Yes,
media.
that's
If you have
right.
seen that
It's
video
crazy,
with
right?
Sun
Yeah.
Sanan and Sun. It's all of Thailand basically doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing though. Like it's amazing that trend. Like so much effort that they put in.
It's
like
so much editing.
It's everybody to shame.
Yeah. It's so much editing. What are the
I don't know. I mean, I could watch any Bebu movie after a certain time. We've done Bajrangi Bhaijaan, we've done Talash, we've done Lal Singh Chadda. I think we've done the main one. We haven't done Bodyguard yet, so that was one that we probably need to revisit still. But I think also she's got a lot of work that's non-Khan related, and I think we need to start finding these opportunities to talk a bit movies outside of the Khan collective. But it's again another idea that we've discussed, but we haven't executed.
We haven't done it yet, and I think like we haven't done Rawan, have we?
Oh, we haven't done Rawan, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done Rawan, and that's like So there are like a few Kareena films that are like on our backlog, but yeah, we really need to. There's like a few things in the works right now. That's basically what's happening, and we don't want to announce things before they're ready because we've been down that path and we know how it goes. So
like a certain Amitabh essay, Amrit.
Let's not point fingers, Asam. Like that is not the That is not what we're doing
I'm
here.
about to open a support ticket with you, Amrita.
So we're just like waiting around for like a few things to just get clear, but it will happen sooner than later.
Next comment, Sujay.
Well, we were talking about insults. Why don't I include one of them right here?
Oh, okay. Criticism.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can consider this criticism. Yeah. Well, as you would expect, this is a comment from somebody who's called user-ls8wi random alphanumeric string, whatever. The internet is scary. People with lack of knowledge and content are podcasting anything in the name of content. It's like, tujhe hagne aaya hai? No. Fir bhi hag le.
What is this about, though?
Yeah, what was it?
This was a comment on our Salman's jacket entry in Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan.
He's a big fan of jackets.
Yeah.
He's a big jacket fan.
I get it.
I mean, you can't come at me, man. I'm like the biggest Salman fan out here talking about Salman. I literally think I'm one of the biggest Salman film critic fans. So I'll make fun of the jacket, man. I've been like wearing literally his looks and jackets for a very long time. That still makes me laugh, man. That clip. I randomly put it on and I'm like, "Main kitna funny hu."
That's my favorite.
I was walking with my daughter the other day and I was making some dad jokes, and she was like, "Papa, that's not funny." She's at that age where Papa is not funny anymore. Like sometimes she'll be like, "Oh, good one, Papa," but it doesn't happen. Like the return on investment is getting much, much lower. So I was explaining to her, "Beta, I'm not trying to make you laugh. I'm making myself laugh. I find myself hilarious. You're like
You're the side effect of it.
yeah. आप हंस दो तो अच्छा है. I don't care.
मैं बहुत हंस रहा हूँ.
Yeah. I've got 3 million people listening to me. Like it's fine.
Online validation काफी है.
Oh my god.
Okay. Anything else, Sujay?
Yeah. So there's another one. There's somebody called Carpe Diem writes, "Can you guys please do a review of Oppenheimer on your Patreon? I joined just to listen to that and maybe pair it up with a review of Peaky Blinders since that recently wrapped up. Would love to hear from you on Cillian Murphy since he's clearly becoming a huge thing now."
Okay, that's kind of left fieldish for us. I mean,
this was
from
also
$20 you can join the Patreon
and choose whatever you want us to say. Yeah, this was left on our Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan review video, by the way.
Right. The cross-pollination of Oppenheimer both brought destruction in a way. Like both movies brought destruction. And the tragedy we still think about, so that makes sense. Amrita, have you watched Peaky Blinders? Has anybody watched Peaky? I watched one season of it.
I haven't.
It's not really my thing. Like I don't know. Like it's just. And also, I hesitate to mention this, but I do not worship at the church of Cillian Murphy. Like
I don't get it even. I don't even get it. Like
I get
there's
it,
a lot of.
But
you get it?
I get it.
Okay.
I get it. Like he's a good looking man. Like I get it. But it's basically fetishization at this point, and I don't like that. Is what I don't get. I'm just like leave the man alone. But like he's not my taste. Like that's not my thing.
There's a lot of these actors that I just don't get, like why people like love them that much. Even like Benedict Cumberbatch, right? Like I don't get it. Like I don't get it. Like even Tom Hiddleston, I don't get it. Like I don't get it. Okay, maybe these are all British people. I just find British people ugly. Maybe that's what's going on. I should not be in this country.
Well,
he just had a Phil Dunphy moment when he realizes all the women he fantasizes about are powerful black women.
Yeah, because I'm like Tom Hiddleston and these other, they all kind of look like Boris Johnson to me.
I do want to point out that Cillian Murphy is Irish and he would be super offended
true.
and you call him British.
Respect, because he didn't shake Prince Charles's hand though. Like that's a power baller move though. Like he didn't even shake his hand, so that's pretty cool. So props for that. Yeah. Okay. Anything else here?
One last one. Somebody called.
Is it an insult again?
No. Well, it's not a praise for us, by the way. It's somebody called Reflects on Life. wrote, I think this is your best podcast episode yet. This is on the Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam episode. You go so deep on Aishwarya, SLB, and even more in Ajay Devgan than I've ever heard before. So much descriptive contextualization. More Sal, please.
Sal's always like a great addition. By the way, like we were talking about, the ranking of actors and everything on TikTok, etc. And we, like Asim and I, Sujoy was invited, but he had other plans. But Asim and I were on a draft pick podcast with Sal that was hosted by our friend Manish Mathur. And that should be coming out soon. So if you follow us on our socials, just keep an eye out for it, because that was a really fun, very long episode where we were basically ranking Shah Rukh Khan movies. And it was really funny. I won't say much more about it right now, but all I want to say is there were, like, Asim came in. Asim is like, I am here to win. And Manish was like, there are no winners here. We're all just here because we love Shah Rukh. And Asim was like, no, we're going to win. And there were some weird alliances that were forged in that episode. It'll be fun.
I brought the Sandeep Reddy Vanga energy to that podcast.
Did you see that guy is now feuding with Adil Hussain, like the actor?
Oh yeah, I saw that tweet. Yeah, basically, Adil Hussain, in a particular interview clip, said that the only movie he regrets doing is Kabir Singh, and people can't even remember if Adil Hussain was in the movie, and then that clip plays, and he was like, I watched myself in that movie, and me and my friend just walked out of it. And Sandeep Reddy Vanga was like very infuriated, basically calling him names. Who is Adil Hussain? What has he done? Whatever. Very alpha man behavior, by the way.
I kind of also think it's shitty to say something like that as an actor. Like, I don't know, he didn't have a big of an impact in that movie necessarily. I don't know why he was even bringing that up. Like, I don't know. Like, I thought it was an odd thing for Adil Hussain to say also.
No, he was directly asked if there's like a movie that he regrets doing. And I don't think he does enough interviews for him to have figured out that non-answer technique that all the big stars do, and like this is what happens when like interviewers are basically learning how to interview at the school of Karan Johar, because every question is like a gotcha question, like that's basically everything is like designed to go viral at like some point.
Yeah,
and
they all want their reels to gain traction.
And honestly, like right now, everyone knows that, Vanga just has like the thinnest skin on the planet. So if you want to get those clicks and you want to get those views, and all publicity is good publicity, then all you need is to get under Vanga's skin, which is as easy as. So that's what basically happened, I think.
I mean, he was in Commando 2, by the way. Yeah? He was in like he was in Bell Bottom. Like, he was in Good News. Like, I'm not saying like it's just odd for me. Like, anyway, but I don't want to again defend Sandeep Reddy Vanga either. I kind of like mute. I don't know if I muted him, but I just like glance over it whenever his controversy start, because I honestly don't care. Like, really, like beyond watching his movie, and actually I think we were quite positive about Animal, and then that's it. I just don't find him interesting at all. Like, it's that stupid behavior, like I just find it, like, I don't listen to his interviews and stuff like that. It's just, I find it very stupid. So it's just not my vibe. Anything else, Suja?
No, I think that's all that I've got from YouTube.
Okay. Amrita, what did you get?
I just wanted to read out this one particular comment from excuse me, from Patreon. A lot of the comments and stuff that we got over the past couple of weeks has been, like either stuff about the Amitabh Bachchan episode that Asim and I were talking about, or else it's been about the episode that Haroon discussed us with Karina and stuff like that, and that was really nice. But Netflix sent us like a pretty long email, and Netflix wanted to ask a few questions. Okay. So the first
Actually,
thing,
guys, can you give me 2 seconds? Can you give me
Yeah.
2 seconds?
1, 2.
two done.
Chal Jhuti. What else is coming out in the next couple of weeks?
Hey, that's a good question. I'm gonna
Did-
go watch Avesham, which is the new
Okay.
Fafa movie that's playing
Yeah,
right
I've
now.
heard good things about.
Yeah, me too. So I'm gonna go watch that.
Are you
Apart
watching
from that,
LSD too?
I'm thinking about it. Like, I want to show my support for it, but also I don't want to watch it. So I
Yeah.
might just buy a ticket and then not go.
I've heard it's a tough watch,
Yeah.
but it's not playing here. I would have gone, but and I will be in Calcutta tomorrow, but I won't have the time to go out to the cinema.
When are you flying to Seoul?
So tomorrow I'm going to Singapore, and then after that Hong Kong, and then Seoul. So
Is it your
Seoul, I'm
first time in
flying-
Singapore?
Yeah,
Okay. That's like, yeah. How many days are you going to be there?
just 2.5 ish.
Eat all the things, Sujoy. Like you want
Yeah.
thing.
So I've got friend. I'm staying with a friend in Singapore.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
they're gonna take me out. They've booked a place for like having chili crab or something.
Chili crab, yes, but also dim sum. Like the dim sum
Mhm.
in Singapore is like excellent.
I find chili crab to be extremely overrated. I have to say, it's so much mehnat for so less meat. It just like annoys the crap out of me. But you have to have kaya toast though. That's what you need to have.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, kaya toast is like delicious.
and you have to tell me the name of the chocolate cake thingy that you like really hype about.
Yeah, I'll send you that. But
Okay.
Isa will feel really bad if you have it and she didn't get one, so don't tell her. No, I'm joking. I'll send you. Amrita, she's still thinking about that chocolate cake.
Okay. So the first thing that Netflix wants to say is, hey guys, please find an opportunity to review the robot movie. And for a second, I was like, the Rajnikant one? And then I realized they were talking about the, what is it called? The Teri Baaton Mein Uljha Jia. Is that it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Yeah, okay. So are any of you guys going to watch it? Because I know it's out on streaming right now.
I've already watched it.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel
haven't,
about it?
Suya? I thought you had watched it too.
Not me, no.
Oh, yeah, basically I wanted to review it for a while, but we just never found the right time for it. I really, really enjoyed that movie, like really, really did.
Huh.
It's like a really fun, like the thing is, I mean, on the one hand, I enjoyed the movies, but there are, like, if I put my, liberal, woke, whatever you want to call it, brain on top of it, then it's like this movie sucks, right? So if you can detach all of those, do not do any thinking about this movie, just enjoy what it is and don't ask questions, then it's a lot of fun. But once you start, and I love sci-fi, I love thinking of, if this was a possibilities and AI and robotics and stuff like that. But this movie cannot answer or address any of those questions. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, Shahid literally sleeps with Kriti, who's a robot. And you wonder what the mechanics of that are, right? Like, how does that work? Now, why did you make a robot like that? And Shahid doesn't realize that she's a robot. So, like, how is there so much detail in this robot?
I have a joke about Indian men, but I'm not going to make it.
I think
But,
you've given the punchline.
But Kriti Sanan is amazing. She is so good playing the robot. Amrita, I know you have another joke, but let's just go past that. She is amazing in it. She, she's like, the thing is, because she has to play like a robot, but she also has to act like emotions, but also like be still a robot, and she does that really, really well. The dancing, the songs, even the romance works really, really well. What doesn't work is the second half, where it kind of becomes this family drama with this whole it had a lot of like Tu Jhuti Main Makar kind of second half vibes, which is just a trope I don't enjoy, because maybe I just don't like that whole family vibe. So that doesn't work for me. And then
So the only way to rescue the second half was to bring Boni Kapoor in it.
I wish there was more Boney in it, man. There's too much boning, but not enough Boney.
Oh.
The songs are great. We love the songs already, you and me, Sujoy, but they work really well in the movie too. But I don't know, Shahid just seems angry, man. He just seems like a very angry person lately, and I don't know what that is about. Like
Even
he
a
seems
rom-com?
even in a rom-com, he's quite angry the whole time. And I was like, why is this a vibe he's chosen suddenly? I don't understand it. Like he's lost all of that charm and that boyishness, and in place there's only anger and frustration. And I don't know why he's picking that kind of role all the time. You know, like Abhishek is only picking like father roles with a single father and a child. Like it's his thing now. Like Shahid is just playing a very angry man all the time. And I don't know what this is about. I'd like to see like Jab Bhi Main Ishq Vishk Shahid, you know, and that's just gone. Like it's a shame. I don't get it.
What is he doing next?
That's a good question.
Check.
So the other thing Netflix wants to know is that Yummy's Article 370 is blowing up on the TL. Are you going to watch it or avoid? They say that if it's another propaganda movie, I don't want to add to the stream numbers. But apparently Yummy's performance is great. And then if I do watch it, I now know what to watch for: the good Muslim versus the bad Muslim. Good Muslim either tells the authorities about their relative, significant other who is a terrorist, and this usually leads to their death, or the good Muslim sacrifices his life to stop the bad Muslim from accomplishing their plot. So yeah, and they've also figured out that a lot of these movies, IMDb, like farm reviews on IMDb, so the ratings are like out of whack. Are you guys going to watch Article 370? Is that something that you're interested in?
I like Yami Gautam. Like I like her.
Don't.
Yeah, that's probably the reason. I don't. Where do you stand, Sujoy?
I honestly used to like her in like what was the first one? Vicky Donor. I really liked her in that. I didn't mind her in Bala. I don't think I've seen any other movies of her after that. So like,
did you not watch A Thursday?
Oh, I did watch. Huh?
A Thursday?
No,
Thursday,
I didn't watch that.
That
I
was
watched
good.
the where
Yeah.
she plays
She's in
the.
that.
But yeah, I mean, I just don't. Yeah, I wouldn't go to a movie just to watch Yami Gautam. You know.
Yeah. I was just it's so interesting, man. Like there's so many of these Netflix movies that are, you know, Indian movies that are Netflix movie, and there's so much anti-Pakistan, anti-Muslim content coming from them. You know, you have The Fighter, you have Article 370, or even just like pushing a political point all the time, you know, and it's very Israeli when you think about it. Like, you know, like just like your agenda being promoted and the other side is never really heard about. I was just like, yesterday I was thinking, you know, like Maula Jat is not streaming anywhere at all. It's not available anywhere. But Article 370 is, you know, this is like, you just have no counterpoint to it, right? So on the one hand, I like Yami Gautam. She's holding a big gun, which is interesting. But I don't know what I'm going to get out of that. Like, it is probably going to be a pro-government kind of movie, I imagine, because they're quite right-wing, both she and her husband. I think he's the director of Uri, right? The first strike or the last strike or the quick strike. And so, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll, even if I'm maybe detached from the Kashmir issue a little bit, I don't know what I'll get out of it, you know, just being spoken to about like a political agenda. That doesn't interest me. I just don't think the action will be that good that I have to kind of, you know, that the action will be bearable for the rest of the movie. I also haven't heard of that movie too much. Like, was it a hit? Did it work? Did it not work? I don't know. It just kind of came and went for me.
Okay, I guess that kind of answers that question. I don't think any one of us is really going to be watching Article 370 or 360. And also, the other movie that they wanted us to review was Chamkila, which, you know, by the time that you're listening to this episode, will already be out. And I hope you really enjoy it, because that was the episode that we ran into a lot of like technical issues. So that was one thing. And then they're asking something that is really interesting. They want to know who amongst the new generation of actors is our favorite dancer, male and female.
So yeah, you go first. You're the crowd of the group.
I think Ishan Khattar comes to my mind.
Yeah.
Like when you guys were talking about we want Jabri Med Ka Shahid and Ishq Vishk Ka Shahid, that's gone completely to Ishan Khattar's Jholi now, and especially with Main Parwana in that Pipa movie, that entire song just and even in what's the movie he did with Ananya where he was dancing, was it called Kali Pili or something?
Yeah,
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 Khali
yeah,
Pili
yeah,
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 is.
yeah,
yeah, there is a dance song there, but like
yeah,
he's a
yeah,
great
yeah.
dancer, and like he really you can tell like how effortlessly he picked up all the choreography. He's a great dancer from the new generation. I think he's the best. I would say. I don't know, like bandiyon mein kaun hai?
I know who wants to be amongst the
Mm.
women, and that's Janvi. Like
Janvi, yeah.
her entire like social, like I remember the reels even before she had debuted. She used to do these reels that were set to Pia To Se, Nana Lage Re,
Mm.
and stuff like that. So I know she definitely wants to pick up that mantle from her mom, but honestly, none of the new batch of kids has like from starting from Alia down, honestly, like none of them have really taken my breath away when it comes to dancing. Alia, I think, does really well with the expressions. Like she does really well with the bhav aspect of dancing. She has that down pat. You can especially see that in the songs that she's done with Varun Dhawan, where she's having like a really good time, and you can see that she's like really relaxed and she's just like giving all those faces, and it's like really funny and cute, but there's nobody there like who just like sort of like takes your breath away when you're watching them dance, like when you watched a Katrina or you watched a Madhuri or a Sri Devi. Like those were like just this is like really good dancers. um but yeah, but I think amongst the boys, I also like Ishan, obviously, hands down, best dancer. But I also think Siddhant Chaturvedi is like a pretty good dancer as well. Like
Mm.
he's very loose, he's very like comfortable in his skin, like he moves really well. Um, is he as good as Seish? I think Ishan is miles better than most of his cohort.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the first name of good dancer female is Sai Pallavi. I don't think there's anybody better at the moment than her, although she's not a Bollywood actress yet. But there's nobody like her, to be honest.
I mean, she's also older than like these kids, I feel. Like that's another generation.
Yeah, she looks young though. she
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
as
yeah.
young. And then I mean, again, it depends on who you consider this current lord. But I think Ranbir is amazing. We just saw it in Tujuti Mamakar. He was just like, so good. Although his face doesn't seem to be of this generation anymore. And his hairline. And Varun, obviously, great dancer. But I want to kind of flip the question around though, because this relates a little bit to when we were talking about Madhuri and Katrina. The problem is that dancing has just changed. There's no where do you need dancing anymore, right? Where do you even have songs anymore that need anything more than a TikTok reel, right? And
There
that's,
is
I
no
think, kind of the
Saroj Khan
problem.
anymore.
There's no
Yeah.
Saroj Khan anymore. Like who, and I think that also then hurts somebody like Madhuri, because she's been now cast in Bhool Bhulaiya 3, and they're already hyping up this dance off between Madhuri and Vidya Balan, which I've never considered Vidya Balan to be like an amazing dancer necessarily, but they're hyping this. But I was like, who's gonna choreograph it? Like, I think maybe Vaibhavi Merchant is the closest one, but even she was also very like kamli ho gayi main kind of choreographer. So I don't know, there's no choreography, and a lot of it is that Remo Fernandez kind of dancing that was going on a little bit, and that even hurts dancers like Ritik Roshan, who it's not really great dancing. The whole Govinda vibe of Ganesh Acharya is pretty much all done too. Mediocre dancers like Salman could just, with moving their hands or one part of their body, at least have like a good song. and even that is done. So I think the problem is not necessarily like, I think Janvi is amazing. I think she's a great dancer. She has no songs to dance on, and if she had songs, who would choreograph those songs? And I think that's kind of the problem we're seeing. No?
Yeah.
Having
I
said
think
that, though, the last year's best choreography filmfare went to Jhumka Girare, and that was choreographed by Ganesh Acharya.
Right.
I think that's
And-
like that was like a grave miscarriage of. I mean, you don't expect anything better, but from Filmfare, but it should have gone to like that Main Parwana song.
Yeah.
That was. It was fresh. It was different, or even like one of the songs from the Archies. Like the one where Suhana's on roller skates. Again, like that was like imaginative. It was fresh. It was different, and they gave it to Jhumka Girare, which it's a fine song. I'm not saying it's a bad song, but was it like mind blowing? I don't think so.
Like this year, it should go to Naram Kalja. I'm already calling it, but it's not gonna. It's gonna be like some, very big movie and very TikTok friendly dance kind of thing.
Yeah, sucks.
Also, I want to ask you guys this question because I was thinking about this in the car. In terms of music, what is the biggest drop off in quality from composers? Like for me, it's Vishal Shekhar. They were like on top. Like they were, for me, like one of the best composers out there. And now it's so bad, like what the kind of things that they're doing now, right? Like a lot of them are singing, but like it's such a drop in quality. I feel like it's sad. Like there's literally only Pritam and once in a while Rahman when he's like interested and he got paid enough for it,
Like the Chapiras.
Yeah. I mean, I was like immediately I started thinking about Rahman because I was like, Rahman used to be banger after banger after banger, and now it's just like on a good day, sure, like you can really see like who are the people that he's putting in an effort for, and who are the people that he really doesn't care for, and that's really sad.
Yeah, the last
one was
Vishal Shekhar fighter.
Yeah, before that Pathan, Vikram Veda, Jesh Bhai Jordar, Bob Biswas, Chehre. I don't even know what the rest is. Baghi 3, that's in 2022. Like, do you know any
Baghi 3
songs
was
of
just
Baghi?
because the Das Bahane remix
Right.
was in
Yeah,
Baghi
so
3.
it's not even a... Yeah, I don't know. Do you even know names of composers lately? Like, and also
What happened to Shankar Ehsaan Loy? Did they break up?
No, they're still like doing concerts together.
But they don't compose music?
I don't know. And I was like, I would also say Sachin Jigar are the other big one.
But they never got like the big songs though, right? And the other was also, for me, I was really hyped for Ajay Atul. They did a few ones, and then also they've kind of like not gotten any songs or like big albums anymore since then. So yeah, I don't know. I think the problem is like all encompassing. It's not necessarily dances. It's just the music is not there and the composers are not there. It's a shame.
Okay. The last question that Netflix has for us is that if we had the opportunity to live our lives all over again, would we choose a career in the film industry? And if yes, then what role would we like? And
I have a very clear answer.
Yeah, what is it? I mean, I know, but like
cinematographer.
Okay.
Yeah, I would really go back and study. Everything to do with cameras, basically.
Well, Netflix thinks that you could be an actor because you're very shy, but you're very cute.
I agree. Okay. You are very cute, sir.
What about you?
You have to now insult me to balance it out, no?
I'll leave you on a high. I'm keen to hear from you, Amrita. Would you want to be involved in
I would love to be a director, honestly. Like I think I'd be good as a director. I think I'd be like a writer director. I think that's who I'd be.
A lot of times they say, film critics are failed filmmakers or stuff like that. I have no interest in making films in any way, shape, or form. Like I never did. Neither. Like maybe in college, I had these few ideas, like, oh, we should make like a movie, and Actually, I remember back in like when I was 11, 12, we did make a home movie. Gladly that technology has gone and that video is not available anymore anywhere. But yeah, I really have no interest. Like maybe producer, I guess, like the business side of things.
You'd be
You know,
great
make
as a producer.
Too bony.
yeah. I don't know. I think I could maybe be a producer just because I have a I
Entrepreneurial
have a
side.
business and I can kind of give ideas about, okay, we should do this and that's not going to work or this could work. But writing or directing, I just don't like it. No, I don't think I have that in me at all. I hate writing. Like, it's like I let Amrita write most of the things because I'm just like incapable of doing it. Is there a job where you just talk? Is that a filmmaking job where you just talk? Yeah.
Yeah. I also think that Sujoy would be great as a singer, but like that is something that he doesn't want to hear.
No, my sister is a better singer, so that's why.
If it was the 80s, I could be a henchman, like a villain henchman, you know? That I could do.
I see
You
it.
know? Yeah. Like, in Duplicate, they have these two bald guys. I could be the third bald guy.
Yeah. You missed the Subhashkai era of movies, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I could do probably. I have one email that I can also read here that I found interesting.
Okay.
I mean, this is just like a Patreon email from Deepta. I started listening to Khandaan like so many others during 2020. It was the first time in a long time I heard any Bollywood content for Bollywood diehards like me, who was reading Stardust magazine with my mom since I was 8 years old. I love your dynamic from the beginning, and it actually made me realize how much I was missing Bollywood in my adult life. I have since made it a point to connect with fans and catch even my non-Bollywood aware friends up on the latest Khan update, whether they want them or not. I would love to participate in another quiz or a watch-along if you can pull one together. In terms of episode suggestions, the episodes I love the most are any of the late 80s, early 90s movies because you guys know that era better than anyone else. Side note, I decided to try watching the movies before listening to the episode. The first movie I tried that with was Jambaz. Let's just say your episode cleared up a lot. But overall, just keep doing what you're doing because I love it. Thanks again, Deepta.
Oh my god, that is just yeah. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, so Sujoy is going to be away for a couple of weeks, so maybe like we can do like a hangout or a quiz on Patreon while he's away. I think like that would make sense.
I was also speaking with our friend Pitu. And I was telling her, the time has come that you make another appearance on Khandaan again. Lots of people have been asking you. So she might be like the perfect person to watch like some sort of old 80s, early 90s kind of movie. I'm sure. I mean, she's so busy with Filmy Ladies, which is an amazing show. People should check it out with our friend Beth, top friend Beth. But yeah, we'll have to probably figure something out when Sujoy is traveling. Where are you going, Sujoy? You want to tell people actually?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind. I'm traveling starting tomorrow. I'll be off for 2 weeks, taking time off to go to Singapore, then flying to Hong Kong for a couple of days, and then going to Busan, and then Seoul, then back to London. So yeah, 2 weeks of intense traveling and eating and taking pictures and meeting up with friends that I haven't met in like almost a decade. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. So if you want to meet Sujoy, or you think you saw Sujoy in one of those towns, you did see Sujoy because he's there.
Yeah.
I wonder if you have listeners in Korea and Singapore. You probably do.
Possibly, I don't know.
Well, drop him a tweet at 9e3k. I guess that's it. I think our next episode is going to be probably Hiramandi, Amrita, right? If we can make that happen.
If we can make that happen. Otherwise, you will see it, it'll basically come out the week after Hiramandi drops. But we are hoping that you'll get it, if the screeners work, which we're not sure if the screeners are going to work. But that's basically going to be our next episode anyway.
Also, Lapata Ladies is out on streaming as well.
Yeah. So I've watched it already. So if either of you watch it, then we can discuss that also.
Yeah, I'm definitely watch very very soon. So I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I think like your wife would like really like it. I think like
I
that's
think
like a
so too.
movie
I
that you
think,
could watch.
I think we're probably going to watch it together. So, and I think also we haven't done the Varun Grover one.
Yeah, All
What was
India
that?
rank.
Yeah, that one we haven't actually discussed on the show at all, and that also dropped on Netflix. So yeah, it's going to be indie season on Khandaan for a bit, I think.
I have
'Cause there's
plans to watch this. I have plans to watch the new Donley movie. I want to watch it in Korea, but I don't know if they will have subtitles. So I might watch it in Singapore if I have the time. But it'll be fun to watch. I haven't watched any of the roundup movies at the cinema. I've watched like 1, 2, 3 before, but I'm really excited for this movie. And that should be the Salman career that we are missing, man. I
I've
totally
been
see
pitching that
Salman in
idea for so many years now already. Salman just remake Don Lee movies. What are the next releases? I think the big releases. I mean, like Ruslan. I think that's coming.
Big releases, Ruslan.
I don't even know what that is, and I'm going to keep it that way.
Guy.
No, it's fine. I'm going to keep it that way.
The big movies of May, I think Baby John is the big one with Varun, the remake of Teri.
I'll watch that actually.
Yeah, that I'm going to watch. I don't know if I consider that a big movie, but I'm definitely watching it.
How far the mighty have fallen, because about like 10 years ago, that would have been like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, that would have been like a big release. It's like a Varun Dhawan action movie. And now it's just like,
And the big June release is Kalki 289880.
I have no interest in that whatsoever.
I will watch it. Yeah, that's who I will watch it for, because I think like this is like in a long time, like this is going to be, it appears to be like a significant role for Amitabh after a very long time. And that's why I think I want to watch it. But otherwise, like it just seems like another money laundering exercise apart from like Amitabh. So I don't know.
I've sat through too many Prabhas movies already, and I don't think I have it in me anymore. Like my excitement for a Prabhas movie is as much as Prabhas's excitement for his own movie. Neither of us are excited from the proposition. वो बनाना नहीं चाह रहा, मैं देखना नहीं चाह रहा. Like why?
I saved myself by not watching any Prabhas movie that's released in the past 5 years. And I think like that's basically what saved me.
Yeah. And Deepika is in it too, right? Does she know she's in it?
Wait, what? There's Kamal Hassan in it? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no releases. Indie season is coming, so we're probably going to be doing, maybe we'll do, like just random nostalgia picks and stuff like that. Obviously, we're going to be continuing with our Khan picks as soon as Sujoy is back. But I think until he is back, it's going to be a bit all over the place in terms of release schedule, guests, and topics. So, but yeah, do sign up to Patreon because we will be doing either a hangout or a quiz or something like that. Amrita will keep people engaged on Patreon for sure. And maybe, Sujoy will be posting his travels on Patreon too, So that could be cool. I always love. Also, follow Sujoy's photography. Are you still posting on Insta, right?
Yeah.
So, no, I just thought, maybe put it private or something like that. Amazing. It's always like, he has such a keen eye, He's like the Santosh Sivan of this podcast.
Okay. I'll take that.
So, Joy, where can people find you online?
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and on what else? Twitter. And you can also follow all our socials of Khandaan Podcast at Khandaan Podcast.
Or he will be eating chili crab in Singapore. Amrita.
You can find me on Twitter at Amrita.
I'm at Asim Bernie on Twitter. Drop us an email at youpodcasting@gmail.com. Sign up for Patreon for $1 and get access to us and to the extra content we do. And it's an amazing way to support our work. Thank you for listening. We'll be back with a new episode very soon.
Khandaan Podcast for the acting. Girl, you're my